Hello, hello. This is Quinn with PTSD While Black. Um, just checking in because I did a really nice meditation just now and was reminded that the language of the universe is love, unconditional love. And when I realized that everyone is speaking that language, everyone is speaking that language. The frequency of the universe is love. And everyone is speaking it, whether it's just greed is a form of love, of very selfish love, but it's love. But the growth of the language comes from loving oneself first, loving who you are, who I am. I should speak for myself, loving who I am at my core, with all of my faults and all of my flaws and all of the mistakes that I make and the misunderstandings. Because the more that I love and give compassion and forgiveness to myself, the more I am able to have compassion and forgiveness for others. And I realize that for people who cannot communicate in this way, it's just they haven't learned that language of communicating with themselves first. There may be some external love, because I've done the external love, trying to get validation from others, or codependency, or what's that word? Passive aggressive language, or being passive aggressive, judgmental. That's all love. It is all love, just coming out in different ways. And that's what I'm recognizing is when people hurt me, it's because they are crying out for love. Because they don't know maybe how to love themselves fully. And so it becomes an easy distraction to hurt another person than it is to love who we are with our flaws, with our emptiness. And when I view people in that way, when I view the world in that way, I have nothing to fear. It's all love. And the messed up part, guys, I'm not high right now. I just had a really good meditation with some lovely incense and a candle and just resting. All of this that we're doing is connecting into true love. And I think for me, as I was focusing on my heart chakra, there is this attachment that gets made. It's this attachment to needing this person here in my life. I'm thinking about my aunt who passed away, my attachment that love is connected to her and that there's no other source. She was just one example of love that I'm grateful to have had in my life. And so I can joyfully release her to the universe because the love that she had to offer is expansive and coming back to the source and going on whatever its original path was or may be, what the new path may be. And I get to be excited about what the path of her love may be. And it's the same thing for people who have broken my heart. I knew that I got to love them full out for who they were, even when they broke my heart, but I'm not attached to the pain. I'm not attached to the outcome. And I'm allowing and excited to see how this person is going to grow in the area of love, in the loving care of their higher power, their spirit guides, their ancestors, how they are going to grow in love. I surrender them to that experience, and I am not attached to how they view me. It feels so good. It feels so good. And one of the things that I've been dealing with is, your twin flame versus your soulmate versus a karmic connection. I feel my husband is my soulmate, just in some different capacities of opening up to ahas. And this twin flame, possibly more of a karmic twin flame that I have dealt with, um, showed me the areas of where I was needing fulfillment and where I was getting to learn and where I was putting myself last and he put himself very much so first, and took and went after what he wanted. Whereas I was just always waiting, arms open. That's kind of how I've always been. But there's sometimes if there's something that I feel is for me, then I need to go for it. Because if I'm waiting, arms open, waiting for things to come along, and I have all these gifts, skills, abilities, talents, and all these amazing things, but I'm not putting them into a channel direction, um, I'm wasting them. I will let my talent, skills, gifts, abilities, and love join me in a coffin versus being out here in this life right now. And so it makes me think of that whole thing of, am I being a laser or a light bulb? Because a light bulb can warm up a room and illuminate what is there. And I tend to go into that natural phase. That phase naturally is to be a light bulb shining. But when there's something that I want to do, when there's a vision, when there is a goal, I need to be a laser, and a laser can be singularly focused and can burn a hole through a wall. And so I need to know my moments of when I'm a laser and when I'm a light bulb. And I think in these past moments of hurt, I've been a light bulb, and the other person was being a laser, and they were going for what they needed, and they burned me. And okay, I have that same capacity to burn too. But it's like, oh, okay, where am I putting my energy? Where am I putting my needs? Where am I putting my values? So everything is a language of love. And am I loving on what I have to offer the world? And am I loving the world enough to show up with what I have to offer? I think that's what I'm being challenged with now. And there's so many things that I have to offer. The first thing that I'm mostly linked to is being an entertainer of choice for Black and Brown communities, as a balloon artist, as a children's entertainer, as I want to be a magician, but I'm having trouble remembering tricks because of the brain injury, but that's just part of the fun. Um, or as a tarot reader to provide healing and guidance, or as a hypnotherapist to allow people to make changes in their lives and to have a deeper understanding with their unconscious selves. Those are some of my talents that I'm not hyper focusing on. You see all the balloons behind me? I've got a lot of balloons. And I should be like gigging and networking, but I've allowed myself to be in this experiment of love, of feeling what love is like and what loss of love is like. And I'm grateful for it. It tastes bitter, sweet, and sour at the same time. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. So I'm just looking at where else does my love need to go? And how else is love coming to me? And to be open for how love is coming to me. And I think with using my skills, gifts, and talents in the world, that's one way that my love needs to go, because I can help people heal. I know I can help people heal. Or at least to bring joy into their lives, or confidence into their experiences. I know I can do that. And with my marriage, this is where it got me thinking about the language of love. My husband's spirituality is love. I didn't understand it at first. I was like, oh, you're agnostic. You don't know where you're going. You're an atheist. Where are you? But no, his worship, his temple is love. Either love in preserving his own self, or in expressing love, connecting with me and with our cats and with his job. And it's just beautiful to watch him be in that light and in that joy. I really like that. So I'm just getting to appreciate where we are. And it's pretty sweet. All right. Just sit and hold that love in, right? It feels good, doesn't it? All right. Till next time, friends. Peace.